What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I want to start off by saying huge thank you to all you guys that have been commenting and supporting the videos recently. Been putting in mad work on the GTR, and really is cool to see that you guys have been enjoying it also. And I see every single one of your comments, even if I don't reply. So I appreciate you guys being down there and giving mad support, man. It doesn't go unnoticed. So today, now that we've basically completed a massive milestone in the build, getting the complete underside restored, as you guys know who have been following the build since the beginning, this is where most of the work has been done. Now the crazy part is, you can't even really tell, and that's kind of what we're going for here, right? So everything turned out great. Damn near everything was removed off the floor, restored, rebuilt, remade. So much work has gone into it, guys. Please, if you're curious and want to know more about the depth and how much was actually touched, please go ahead and check out the playlist. I'm not going to clutter this video up with all that we've done. You know, I just couldn't be any more thrilled with how things turned out. One thing I'm just so proud of, man, just look at any Skyline owners know. Look at how straight these frame rails are. I mean, absolutely perfect, man. Like, oh, and the pinch welds, come on. I mean, woo. Both sides, come on. It's just, that's like one of the most satisfying parts, because as you guys know, man, even like any Nissan, you know, from the 90s, S, Z, R chassis, they're all jacked up here, all crushed up from being, you know, poorly maintained and jack stands everywhere. So it's a brand new car. It's actually better than new, because a lot of stuff was rebuilt, remade with better materials and stuff like that. So it's just crazy. But anyway, I digress. So what's next, you may ask? Now there's a lot. Obviously, the bigger chunk of the work is now complete. All the hard work is done. Now the fun part can almost start. And by fun part, I mean the assembly word. So yes, now that the underside is pretty much complete, and however, we still will be applying a cavity wax on the inside. Don't you guys worry. I know a lot of you guys keep asking. I have addressed it in the past, but yes, don't you worry. We will be doing cavity wax as well. Now, there is quite a bit of work that has to be done, obviously, to complete the underside and assemble and build it all. So that leads me to my next thing. I have a couple tools on my Santa's wish list, right? So I got to get myself a sand blaster, and ideally I would like to get myself a vapor blaster as well, so I can get everything kind of taken care of, cleaned up under here, offer that service as well in-house, because at the moment I have to kind of outsource all of that. So it'd be great to be able to do everything here myself, as well as getting all of the hardware for the entire car zinc plated. So actually over here, I'm kind of starting my massive thousands and hundreds of different bolts. I mean, these are absolutely filled to the brim. There's a couple of these bins somewhere. I don't know, I'm just, you guys can see. I mean, we're not missing, and we're not missing any boxes here. We're ticking all of them. So yeah, that's kind of the plan, to get everything underneath here, all powder coated, set up brand new, just to match. Obviously, we got to match the rest of the car as well. Next up is going to be the inside. So my plan here for the inside has kind of changed a couple times. So there's a couple routes that I wanted to go with on the inside. Part of me at first was thinking, I was talking to Steve, and what he now does is apply like a textured bed liner coating, and I like that. But now part of me, and that's what I was gonna go with. And I wanna get you guys' feedback as well, what you think I should do, because, you know, I definitely care what you guys think about the car as well. I want you guys to be stoked with it also, because you've been on this journey with me, man. So, you know, it's only fair. And I think that'll look really good, you know, give everything a nice textured, just durable finish. However, let's be fair, it's all gonna get covered pretty much underneath a layer of sound deadening. Now the second option, which is maybe what I might be doing now, is just going with the base coat and clear coat option, just keeping it simple. You know, I have extra clear coat that I can use for the inside. It's not like a show clear, so it'll be good just to use up just because I have it. So maybe that's what I'll do. So let me know, guys. Textured bed liner coating for the inside, color matched, it'll be white. Or should we do just the basic base coat and clear coat application, which I think at the moment is what I'm leaning towards. So we'll be doing obviously the floor, the firewall, the roof, all the quarter panels, everything. You know, everything will all get painted, even up top where the speakers go, the back, the trunk, everything. So let me know what you guys think about that. But that's pretty much what's up next. Almost, kind of. Not really, actually. I do quickly want to touch on the interior of the car. I know some of you guys are interested in how that's going to go. Really going to try and revamp everything. Now, as far as I'm aware. I know a lot of people in Australia. I got to figure out if there's somewhere in the US that can help me and go to the quality that I'm seeing of the build in Australia, because guys, the cars and the interiors that I'm seeing coming out of there are absolutely out of this world. The upholstery work is top notch. Suede Alcantara, dashboards, trim pieces on the door panels, everything is gorgeous. So I want to find out a way, maybe I can find, someone that's willing to help sponsor or help support in any way. But obviously that's the end goal. So I want to keep the OEM seats, get them retrimmed as well, obviously get them done properly, and someone who has done that before, the GTR seats, because they are kind of tricky and specific. And yeah, just everything has to be done right to the level to match the rest of the car. So just a clean, simple interior. Want to get myself an OEM wheel, get that reupholstered. I actually don't even have an OEM wheel. So if you guys out there have one available for sale, whatever, let me know. And we can hopefully figure something out. Although at the moment, not really in the position to buy parts, kind of focus on the paint and material stuff that I need to buy and the tools that I need to buy before I get onto parts. So yeah, that's just a quick touch on the interior. Now moving to the outside, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing painted, hopefully sooner than later. Now I kind of need to get some more things as far as paint gun modifications. I bought a new gun. However, now I need to buy the nozzle and needle attachment for the base coat clear coat setup. So I need to do that. I need to buy the base coat and some more clear coat for the car. And that's kind of it. I do want to figure out some sort of a booth method. I know a lot of you guys are asking who's painting the car, this and that. I will be painting the car. The question is, obviously this whole shop is technically a big booth. It would be nice to clean it up a little bit, but I'm thinking to, at least since the car will be white, to build like a little bit of an enclosure. That way I limit my chance of getting something in the paint. And I'll be honest, everything has turned out incredible so far. I haven't really done much cleanup just because it's been primer and more so like, it all gets sanded down anyway. And I haven't had any really issues. I'm actually been really surprised. So things have been turning out really clean. So I think we should be okay. But yeah, that's the plan. So hopefully to get this thing painted will be soon. The bodywork and everything is already done, as you guys can see. The quarter panels are absolutely beautiful. I mean, everything turned out just phenomenal. And then we can see up here where the quarter panel meets the roof. Absolutely perfect. The roof I'm very proud on because it took a lot of work, but it just came out so good. Man, it's gonna be incredible seeing this thing painted in a brand new coat of 326 white with some really nice show quality clear coat. Because yeah, from factory they looked good, but again, they didn't use many layers of clear coat, maybe one or two. And the quality of the clear coat, let's be fair, it wasn't a show car quality clear coat. That stuff is expensive, so there's no way they were using that for production line stuff. So I cannot wait to see how just beautiful this car turns out. The depth of the paint is gonna be absolutely beautiful. We're gonna probably toss like 4 or 5 coats on this thing, wet sand it all back down, and then polish it up. Although it's probably gonna come out absolutely amazing right off the gun. We're trying to build, you know what, that's the thing. We may not even, we're just gonna play it by ear, man. If I start applying this clear coat and it just starts to look that good and I don't even need to worry about polishing it, we might just do 3 coats, and call it good. But ooh-wee, that's gonna be a big moment, man. It's coming up soon. So that kind of leaves us with the engine bay. Now, as you guys can see, the seam sealing is pretty much complete. Everything is all done. However, I have recently added a whole hell of a lot more work to for myself, I should say. And, however, I think it's going to be worth it. And then let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I think this is the right move. And, I think I'm going to actually get started on it right after I finish editing and put this video up, because I just want to get them in there and see how it looks and then just keep things moving, because this is now, I guess, the last step as far as big work on the car. You guys might be wondering what I'm talking about as the heater comes on right on cue. It's freezing here, man. It's been cold. Let me know how the weather is where you guys are at. If you guys are living in a warm climate, I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear how nice it is, dude, because it's chilly here. I'm already looking forward to spring. All right, but back to what I was saying, guys. Here we have it. I've got to say, I'm so excited that I was able to find these. when I was doing the work on the car initially, none of this stuff was in stock. And I did try and find some secondhand ones at the time before I shaved everything. I just didn't have any luck, and I wanted to keep the progress moving, you know, for YouTube and stuff like that. It's just kind of crazy how sometimes you make not the smartest choices just to keep content flowing and stuff like that. So, and here we are now going back and redoing everything. So luckily I was able to source R32 GTR front wheel arches. I think they call them hood ledges, but as you can see, obviously brand new old stock. Beautiful. Part number sticker, nice and yellowed up. So who knows, maybe these things have just been, you know, stocked in a little container somewhere waiting to be taken out and sold, but because there was a time where I couldn't find anything. This one actually is an R32 GTST lower ledge. However, the only difference is right here. All we have to do is just chop this little area out, this little center piece right there, and that's it. We now have a GTR lower ledge. Because for some reason, I do believe that for GTRs, this side is discontinued. So you can't even purchase this. However, the GTST one is the same, apart from that, come on. If you're installing this, you can do that. But look at the quality. Look at the quality on this. Come on, Nissan, who cut this? Jeez. So yeah, I know a lot of people are gonna be stoked on this. I'm very excited. Oh, under here, I've been taking apart my drive shaft for restoration. You know, little things, just kind of slowly starting to get stuff figured out. Subframe over here, very dusty, poor thing. But yeah, that subframe came out absolutely amazing. We went primer, black, and then a clear coat on top, a powder coat, and already got the white line bushings installed. Whee, it's perfect. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get these things installed, man. Not in today's video, of course. I think OEM is the move, man, just for the GTR. You know, if it was a GTST, whatever, I wouldn't feel as bad, but a GTR, I gotta do it right. I just gotta go back to OEM. I'd feel a whole lot better about it. Look, you live and you learn, you make mistakes. It is what it is, right? Keep on moving. So that being said, I'm actually going to be removing these. I know I've already mentioned this before, but if you guys are interested in the custom ones I've made, no filler. I actually remade them. So I know you guys might be thinking they're kind of messy, but I actually redid both of them. There's video, I think I made a video on it. And yeah, so they're just one piece of metal, you know, reshaped all by hand. And they came out great. So if you guys are interested, just shoot me a message on Instagram or an email down below. My information's in the description. So would love to repurpose these and have someone else utilize them. Now, while we're in here, I do want to get your opinion for those that have done restoration work before. I'm sure there's a few of you guys down there in the comments. I know there's like Car Builders, Dodo Map. I'm sure Eastwood has their own, and there's a few others, of course. But what would you guys recommend for sound deadening mats? I probably will do like a 1 or 2 stage setup just because I really would like this thing to ride and be very nice and quiet on the inside. I'm not too concerned about the extra weight. I'm not building a race car here. I just want a really nice, comfortable street car. Going to be doing everything. The roof scanning, inside of the quarter panels, pretty much the entire surface of the floor, everything. Do a nice heat insulated mat for the firewall. Get things absolutely dialed in here. So let me know if you guys have any recommendations, if you've used it yourself and have actually driven the car and can, you know, let me know how the results are. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. So I guess that kind of leaves us with one final thing to talk about, guys, the drivetrain. So I know a lot of people are asking 26, 30, what are you doing? We're staying 26 block for now, guys. We're staying tried and true to the OG setup. The block here is pretty much ready to go. Everything as far as machine work has been complete. It's been torque plated. Shout out to Hans from HXC Performance. Appreciate you for letting me rent out your torque plate, brother. And we got that all set up. So we have 1/2 mil oversized pistons going in. I already have some CP pistons for it. I have some, I believe, Eagle rods, which unfortunately those are probably gonna be my limiting factor in the build as far as engine components. But it's okay. I'm not really shooting too much more past like the 700 horsepower range. Now I have built many motors before in the past, and actually a lot, every single one of them, knock on wood, has been absolutely phenomenal. Like my buddy's S14, the RB25 I built, still kicking, still running, absolutely running good. He's been beating the hell out of that thing, doing like 150 mile an hour, 160 mile an hour highway runs. Man, the guy's a maniac. and things running great. So I have confidence. I was gonna build this myself without a problem, but it's giving me the excuse to go down to Florida and hang out with Roberto at RAV Performance, man. And we're gonna go ahead and just build this thing together, just because it's always good to have two brains instead of one. He knows, I'm sure, a lot more than I do as far as building motors, and it's just gonna be a good way to pick his brain and have him help me a little bit and really get this thing dialed in. And he's probably gonna be the one that's gonna tune it. He's already reached out and told me that he would be happy to tune it and stuff like that. So that's, I doubt he's watching also, but thank you, Roberto. And if you guys are down in the West Palm Beach area, go ahead and give him a shout if you need any work done. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan. We're gonna go and build everything down there with him. Now, as far as when all this gets done, this is where it gets a little bit tricky because, you know, GTR life is a little bit pricey. And so yeah, if you guys do want to help support the build, obviously you can become a member of the channel. You can just you can drop a super thanks down below. I'm sure if you made it to this far in the video, you're probably a bit of a supporter and appreciate, you know. Just want to give a huge shout out to a couple people really quick. My boy Derek from Texas, I actually built his S14. Obviously you guys may know about that car. And Tyler, he actually became a diamond or a platinum, the highest tier member, man. Absolutely crazy. That's too kind, man. Goes a long way, bro. Appreciate that. So yeah, it's all gonna depend on how we can get funds acquired and stuff like that. So yeah, just trying to keep things plugging away with the shop and keeping business moving and getting work through the door and stuff like that. So you guys know how it goes. So you can promise I'll do my best to get things moving as quickly as we can, guys. But just understand, you know, we're doing, you know, we don't have sponsors on board. I did actually try and reach out to a lot of companies. Haven't heard back from any of them at the moment. So you know, still optimistic about it. Still hoping to hear back, but yeah, I'm just trying to get this thing done, obviously on my own dime. So those that have done something like this know that it can be quite a bit costly. Let me just finish off what we have plans here for the build. The head itself does need some work. I do have oversized valves that are going in it, so that's gonna need some machine work, of course, 1 mil over for both intake and exhaust. We're gonna be doing some HKS cams. We're gonna be doing, at the moment, I'm not really too sure, guys. I also wanna hear your feedback. I was gonna do single turbo. Now I'm kind of leaning towards doing twin turbos at the moment. Just as an initial build, you know, stay true to the heritage, just pay tribute. I don't know, some of you guys may think that's cheesy, but I respect that sort of stuff with these cars. I mean, it is kind of a JDM legend. With all the Group A racing and stuff like that, I mean, it was absolutely dominated and won every single race that it ever entered. Those that don't know, they literally had to change the ruling in that whole racing series to outlaw this car, basically, because it was just unfair. So it's just an incredible machine, and obviously, as you guys know, it stayed ITB, twin turbo, and it was an absolute monster. So, you know, and with modern turbo technology, I really would like to see how it feels. So, however, a lot more costly, right, to do that. And the ones I want are HKS turbos, the brand new line that they just came out with. I'm really looking forward to trying those out. Hopefully we can all make that happen, right? Got to plan for what we want, you know what I mean? So gonna try and gonna do the best that we can to make that happen. Obviously, like I said, staying ITBs, nice old cams, and they're nothing too crazy. It's gonna be an absolute badass setup. So really looking forward to everything here, guys. Obviously, we're taking care of all the oiling stuff. You guys know, come on now. Well, I think that about covers it, you know? If I miss anything, feel free to drop me a question down below. Like I said, I'll read every single comment, whether I reply to it or not. We're chugging away, we're making progress and moves as fast and as best we can. I wanna keep progress chugging for you guys. And obviously, as you know, you can probably imagine, I want the car done myself as well. So yeah, we're chugging, making moves, and hope you guys are enjoying the content, man. Really do appreciate the support. We're trying to keep this content continuing, and with your guys' support, we can definitely keep that. And with your guys' support, I can make it happen. So hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend, man. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one, man. Take it easy. We'll probably be working on the engine bay next. I'm really looking forward to how that turns out. So a lot of work ahead of us to do it, but it's going to be worth it. So I'll see you guys then.